For too long, our world has measured success incorrectly. And as a result, we have championed, promoted, and followed some of the wrong people along the way. We've judged others based on the symmetry of their cheekbones, their salary package, which neighborhood they live in, the eloquence of their speech, the clothing designer they wear, or the model of the car that they drive. We've been focused on the wrong things, and we've made some terribly awful judgments along the way, both personally and collectively. Might I take a moment and recommend some new ways to measure success? Some new measurements that aren't external in nature, but are internal measurements, the way the very heart and soul of humanity. And begin to give us a far better sense of who to trust, who to follow, and who to champion. Here are 20 new ways to measure success. Number 1, character when alone. Our character is best revealed not in the public eye, but in private. What we do when nobody is looking is the truest mark of our character. And those who display character in the dark will always reflect it in the light. Number 2, contentment in circumstance. Oftentimes, contentment remains elusive for both the rich and the poor. It's a struggle for humanity no matter their lot in life. Rich is the man or woman who can find contentment in either circumstance. Number 3, courage during adversity. Courage can only be revealed when it is required, and only those who have displayed it and acted upon it during adversity can lay claim to its possession. This adversity can take on many different forms, but courage will always look the same: action in the face of fear. Number 4, faithfulness in commitment. Those whose words are true ought to be highly lifted up in our world today. Whether our word is given with a handshake, a contract, or a wedding ring, those who hold true to their oaths are worthy of commendation. Number 5, generosity in abundance. To those who have received much, much should be given away. Oftentimes, this abundance comes in forms other than material possessions, and in that way, we each have been given much, and each ought to be generous in our use of it. Number 6, graciousness towards others. Those who routinely extend grace to others are among my greatest heroes. They have a healthy realization that this world is largely unfair, that people come from a variety of backgrounds, and that nobody is truly self-made, even themselves. And as a result, they are quick to extend grace and mercy to others. Number 7, gratitude despite circumstance. Those who can find enough good in any circumstance to express gratitude are typically focused on the right things. And those who are focused on the right things tend to bend their lives towards those things and draw others along with them. Number 8, honesty in deprivation. It's when we are deprived of something desired that honesty is the most difficult. Whether we are deprived of something physical or intangible, like a desired outcome, dishonesty is often used to quickly take gain of something. Those who show honesty during deprivation reveal how highly they esteem it. Number 9, hope during heartache. When heartache cuts at such a deep level that simple optimism is not enough, only hope can emerge. And when it does, it is undeniably from a source far greater than ourselves. And those who find it discover one of the greatest powers in the universe. Number 10, humility in accomplishment. Those who are quick to deflect praise and accomplishment ought to be first in receiving it. Number 11, inspiration in relationship. We're all in relationship with others, sometimes in person, sometimes in print, sometimes in other ways. These relationships should not be used solely for personal gain, but for bringing out the best in others. And those who inspire others to become the best they can be should be gifted with more and more and more relationships. Number 12, integrity in the details. Integrity is always found in the details. Those who show integrity in the little things of life will typically display it in the bigger things as well. Number 13, kindness to the weak. It is usually the weakest among us that are in most need of our kindness, and yet they receive it the least because they have no way to immediately repay it. When kindness is only shown for the sake of repayment, it becomes an investment and is no longer true kindness. Our true measure of kindness is shown in how we treat those who will never repay us. Number 14, love for our enemies. Anybody can love a friend. Anybody can love those who treat us well, and almost everybody does. But it takes a special type of person to extend love towards those who treat us unjustly. Number 15, optimism towards others. See the good in everyone. There's simply no way to bring out the best in others if you haven't seen it first. Number 16, perseverance in failure. Failure reveals much about our heart. It reveals our character, our humility, and our perseverance. We will all at some point face failure, and those who get back up and try again ought to be esteemed in our mind. Number 17, purity in opportunity. While character is revealed in solitude and integrity is revealed in the details, purity is revealed in the face of opportunity. When dishonest gain, money, power, sex, etc., presents itself, those who choose purity ought to be praised. Not only do they personally sleep better at night, but they make this world a better place for all of us. Number 18, respect for authority. Authority brings order to a world of disorder. Certainly, there are numerous examples throughout history, and even today, of proper timing in overthrowing authority that oppresses its subjects. But in most cases, authority brings reason and order, and it should be allowed to do so. Number 19, responsibility for mistakes. From the weakest to the strongest, we all love to pass the blame. We can see it in the actions of a child, and we can see it in our top government leaders. We are a people that are slow to accept responsibility for our mistakes. And this is unfortunate, because only those who can admit their mistakes have the opportunity to learn from them. And number 20, self-control in addiction. We are a people that too often give control of our most precious asset to another. We fall under the influence of substances, possessions, or entertainment. When we do, our life is no longer our own. So those who retain self-control in the face of addiction ought to be recognized as unique and judged accordingly. Our society would look very different if these were the measurements we used to define success. Because once we all begin to properly celebrate, champion, and follow those who lead from the inside, we will make far less mistakes in choosing who to follow.